Hi everybody and welcome into another edition of the SunDevilSource Postgame Show. I'm Ethan Tuttle, joined alongside Chris Cartman. We're here at Desert Financial Arena following Arizona State's 81-66 loss to Cal. The Sun Devils dropped to 11-11 overall, 5-6 in conference play. Chris, for ASU, this is their fourth straight loss, the first time that's happened this season. After the game, Coach Bobby Hurley was talking about the inconsistencies in the first half, how they didn't come out with the jump they might have wanted. What were some of the added things that went into that you saw?
Yeah, I think cumulative factor, the losses have been mounting, as you mentioned there, and you get some guys that start to maybe point some fingers, maybe not explicitly, but there's blame that starts to be cast as to what's going on, and then you start to get disconnected on the court. That's what he said. I didn't feel like the guys were cohesive in what they were doing offensively or really at both ends, and that is a bad thing for a team that already is kind of limited in the ways that it can be successful. And you put that together and it's a bad recipe. I mean, Cal is getting better as a team in recent weeks, but is one of the bottom third teams in the conference. And for ASU to get blown out, trailing by 20 points at one point very late in this game, it's an extremely bad indicator, especially after ASU beat Cal in that remarkable comeback on the road in Berkeley. You want to be trending better. ASU had this 4-0 start to the conference play, had a run of games at home, lost 3 of the last 4 at home after a 7-0 start at home, and now you have a lot of guys starting to maybe check out a little bit or realize, okay, like our goals are no longer really that much in reach. The NCAA tournament, extreme long shot gone really, unless they win the Pac-12 tournament now, and I think this is sort of the byproduct of that.
A Sun Devil who's shined so far this season in spurts is Jose Perez. We didn't see him out there on the floor for ASU at all in the second half. What did Bobby Hurley have to say on that, if anything, and also what might be some factors going into that with your perspective?
So he had a poor first half, 0 for 4 from the field, and the energy didn't seem like a normal, he's a high intensity, high motor, physical guy. And Hurley said that he just decided not to play him in the second half. So that to me is either he wasn't happy with the effort or something else happened maybe at halftime. I'm not really sure, but that's a terrible thing for ASU because he's such an important player to what they're trying to do. And we've already talked quite a lot about just how thin that they are with their bench, and they really are only going 8 deep a lot of times. So when he's not out there on the floor, they did play Gaffney and Phillips together, and that was actually pretty successful. Phillips had one of his better performances, I thought, coming now a month or so off of the foot injury that he had earlier in the year. He's showing that he's really developing and becoming a good player. Gaffney hit some threes tonight, and you know, he's comfortable more on the perimeter. That gives him a little bit more size to handle opponents. Cal shot the ball so well from the perimeter tonight, 50% from 3. That was very difficult to overcome. But the reality is that you can't have guys that are disconnected and not on the same page. And clearly there was something there today with Jose Perez and ASU.
All right, well, Chris, thank you so much. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of the SunDevilSource Postgame Show. He's Chris Cartman. I'm Ethan Tuttle saying so long. We'll see you next time.